I've been gone for a minute now, back with the jump off. All right. Hey family, what's good? This is your girl. I am the Bronx Goddess, and I haven't done a video in like over 2 weeks, so I thought I would come back with my 100th strawberry letter. Okay. Now, I had planned to do something very extreme, something very grandiose, and all of that. Doing it live and have you guys send in and call in or something like that. But as you guys know, I'm 8.5 months pregnant, and I have baby on the brain. I can't focus on anything besides this baby. So I can't do that right now, but at some point I will do a live strawberry letter where I can get your reaction. You guys can call in, all that kind of stuff. I just don't have the energy to put towards that right now. So forgive me for that. But this is my 100th letter. So thumbs up for that. Thumbs up for 100 letters of giving you guys good God-fearing advice, good common sense advice, and all of that. So yeah, we made it, all right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get started into this next strawberry letter. As I always say, let's go get them. And I'm going to get her together, okay? Just a fair warning, there's some foolishness in this letter, as there typically is. She is not exempt, but let's go get them. I give you permission to use my letter. Okay. Hey, BG, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm 26 years old, and I have a soon-to-be 2-year-old son. My son's father and I have been together for 3.5 years. The problem is, I feel like I'm not being respected in my relationship. He has a 7-year-old daughter from a previous relationship, and to sum it up, he disrespects me and calls me the B from time to time, just curses her out from time to time. Every time they disagree on something, he goes off. Don't get me wrong, just like any other person, I have attitudes every now and then, but I never disrespect him. I caught him talking to a girl on Facebook, telling her how he wished that he could just drop everything and be with her. His daughter told me her mom and my boyfriend were having sex. I caught her sending him inappropriate text messages, and she blew up on me and made the comment, just because y'all live together, don't make him your man. Yes, honey, this is not her first time disrespecting me. He claims that he doesn't go off on her just to keep the peace. He said that she did it because that they were having problems and he was going to his ex for advice. Her problem is that they're not having sex. She can't be intimate with somebody that she doesn't trust. They do live together, and he said that he is going to marry her. He knows when, but he's not going to tell her, but he knows that he wants to marry her one day. But she just graduated from college, and she says that she's afraid to leave him because if she does, she can't afford to live the way she has become accustomed to based on her, I guess, income alone. So she's scared to leave and not even sure if she still wants to marry him. And she's asking me, what should she do? The first thing is, you're 26 years old, and you have a son who's 2 years old. It would be, I don't care if it was a son or if it was a daughter. I don't agree with letting your child grow up in an environment that is not conducive with love. And it's one thing to have an occasional disagreement with your mate, but the level of disrespect that you have exposed your son to is something that I'm not comfortable with. So your son is watching somebody call you the B word, watching somebody curse you out, watching all of this. That makes me uncomfortable. That's the first thing. You have to be very careful, especially when you're raising somebody else's husband. This man, your son, will one day be somebody's husband, will one day be somebody's boyfriend, somebody's fiance. And you have to be very careful of what you're training that person to be. Having children gives you a huge responsibility. Any animal can give birth, but it takes a true person to be a mother. Your first priority should be to your son and what you're allowing your son to be exposed to. We're going to get into the rest of the letter, but to me, you brushed over that like it was nothing. You got the 2-year-old son watching somebody disrespect you like this? Couldn't be me. No, ma'am, no, sir. Not in front of my babies. Not at all, but it bet not be in front of my babies. But anyway, him and the other girl, let's stop playing around. He's sleeping with this other girl. I'm pretty sure of it. If you have any doubt about it, child, please. They've already, the daughter, the 7-year-old daughter, which another thing. So why is a 7-year-old daughter telling you that her mom and your boyfriend is having sex? What the heck are y'all exposing these kids to? 7 years old? How would she know anything about that? Somebody is not doing their job here. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I take exception when it comes to children. Somebody is exposing these kids to way too much because a 7-year-old should know nothing about that. And hopefully you're not asking her questions, but still, y'all are exposing these children to way too much. They are way too grown. And I don't agree with that. That really irks me about this letter. You didn't talk about none of that. That's not important to you. You want to know what's up with you and this man. But what about the children? What about the 2-year-old and the 7-year-old in this letter? They're the one who got my attention. That's what my attention immediately goes to. What's going on with the babies? But anyway, I think your man is definitely sleeping with his ex. It's not like it would have been the first time. For some reason, he's staying with you. I don't know if it's out of convenience or what, but to let her constantly disrespect you, for him to disrespect you, I feel like there's something there. And I don't agree with staying with somebody because you're afraid to leave. So how many years are you going to waste all of this on the promise that he will marry you? Who cares if he wants to marry you? You already said you don't even know if you want to marry him. So you're going to stay with him because it's convenient? Because you can't afford the lifestyle that you have become accustomed to? So what are you about? Are you about the lifestyle or about the relationship? Because to me, whatever price he paid, he bought you. If all he had to do was give you nice things or to have you in a nice apartment or all that, and you're willing to put up with all this disrespect? I didn't know you were for sale. And maybe you don't know that you are, but to me, to sell yourself out like this is disrespecting yourself. You're going to stay with somebody who treats you like this for a lifestyle? Because you don't want to downsize? Because you don't want a smaller apartment? You don't want a cheaper car? You don't want to be on a budget? No, ma'am. My thing is, I think that you need to work on your self-esteem, and you need to you have to be very careful of who you let in your children's life. If we've learned anything with this whole situation with Adrian Peterson recently, with the whole thing with the baby's mother letting this man into her house, barely knowing the man, and there is no way. She should have done a background check on him to find out what his past was like. This man has abused the baby's mom, has abused his son. I mean, you have to be careful, ladies, when you let a man into your life, especially when you have children. It is your responsibility to shelter them and protect them from anything or anyone who could possibly do them any harm. And I don't care if he didn't put his hands on the child. The fact that he verbally abuses you in front of your child is still harm. Because it's teaching him that that's okay, and that is not okay. You need to decide what you want out of a relationship and what you want for yourself. I think the light bulb is already on, and you know that he's not it. You know that he's not the one, but you're staying with him out of convenience. So many people stay in relationships and situations, period, out of convenience, fear of the unknown. But what's worse? This is worse than fearing what else is out there. I think you need to decide that you deserve better than what you're getting. And I feel like what's happening here is you starting to feel like you should settle. He said he's going to marry you. You feel like if you just hang in there a little bit longer, then you'll be married to him. But what's the difference in your boyfriend cursing you out and your husband cursing you out? You think he's going to change? Another thing, a lot of you women out there feel like you can alter him at the altar. That's not how it goes. You don't marry him and he changes and you fix him up. Whatever you date is what you marry. They're not going to change because they put a ring on your finger because they said some I do's. You have to decide if you want this lifestyle. He's okay with disrespecting you. He's okay with other people disrespecting you. And you have become accustomed to everybody else disrespecting you. So you're starting to disrespect yourself. This is disrespecting yourself. If you respected yourself, you would say, don't you ever talk to me like that. If you ever call me anything other than my name, I'm out of here. And I don't care how I make it. I'd rather sleep on somebody's couch than let somebody call me something other than my name. If you can't call me a queen, baby, sweetie, honey, all that other kind of stuff, if that's the only word that you have to describe me, then I gotta go. And if you can let anybody talk to me all kind of way, so what do you think is going to change if he marries you? She'll always be his baby's mother, so he'll always defend her. You want to marry that? If you do, good luck. All I'm telling you is pray about it, know your worth, never let somebody disrespect you like that again, especially in front of your son. Respect yourself and your son. You owe it to him. I love you guys. See you soon. Deuces.